Welcome back once again to round 2 here. We've got a fantastic feature match lined up for you. I'm sure that you're going to enjoy it. The first things first, though, let's get our players on the stage. So I'm going to start with the red side this time. We have Martin Perleberg from Germany. Please join me. Come join me. No, you got to come over here. You're a little nervous because it's your first feature match, right?
A bit.
It's all good. It's all good. We're all Yu-Gi-Oh friends here.
Yeah, yes, a little bit more here, and she plays all schon, and really it was.
Okay, please take a seat. And our next contestant is Anil Toprak from the Netherlands. Oh, hello, Captain.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm okay. You seem to be wearing a particular hat style for us. Tell us a little bit about that.
I guess you'll see in the match.
Okay, understood. Give me your best impression, with the hat. You got to do it. Come on, really think about this, Do it.
Arr, I'm gonna plunder you all!
Say no more. Please, take a seat. I was going to try and, do better, but no way. No way. That was... Yeah. So, guys, who's going first? Yeah, take a roll. Oh, it's pretty strong. It's an 8. That's more than... Oh, it's less than an 8. That's the one. Okay, so Martin's going first. Okay, cool. Right, let's head on over to our commentators to find out what's going on in this feature match.
Welcome back, everyone. This is round 2 of YCS Utrecht 2020. We have not quite the most meta pick, I suppose, for this matchup, but something very unique and a little bit different.
You definitely give us a clue as to what he could potentially play with
Yes,
that impressive
that
Yarg of his.
Yeah.
So let's get down into it and see what is he playing.
So this is the new Plunder Patrol deck, which was revealed as the new TCG exclusive from Ignition Assault. And yeah, Plunder Patrols. It's a deck that very much focused on plundering your opponent's deck, I suppose. You taking your opponent's guys, equipping, and then
just like pirates do, steal the booty.
I suppose that's the theme. Yeah, it makes sense.
They set up their treasure, and then the pirates are like, "Yeah, we're gonna take it." Exactly what they do. X marks the spot.
And he's playing a very heavy Go second version. We can see here. He's got
makes sense, yeah. Pirates invade the booty.
He's got those specific kaijus there. He's playing Dogoran and Radiant. Why do you think that? Specifically those?
I guess attribute-wise, because they steal them to make the
there you go, Fire
monster.
And Dart monster. So you have the new XC monster, which is a dark, and so the Plunder Patrols, the way they work is that they special summon a monster with the same attribute from their extra deck as something that your opponent controls. So the Dart monster gets you into the XC ship, and that allows you to discard a Plunder card, banish a monster, and the Synchro works the same way, except that it's a fire and it removes a spell and trap.
That's so cool.
So they have a lot of unique interactions with your opponent's cards specifically, and the spot removal is really actually pretty strong in this deck, I think.
So I guess it makes sense why he's choosing a Mogo second variant. He's main decking things like Evenly Matched, Dark Hole.
He's got all the destruction here.
And yeah, he just went all of it.
This guy does not like cards on the field.
Yeah, he's definitely going to steal his treasure with all these cards. Literally just going to take everything. I'm guessing that's the theme of the deck. Just let them set up, and then you just start taking things away from them.
Yeah, exactly. Our other contestant here, he's playing Burning Abyss.
Burning Abyss.
Burning Abyss. Yes.
Burning Abyss.
He's opting to go for the Block Dragon, the combo Earth BA deck, as I guess a lot of people know it as. More of a heavier Burning Abyss count than what normally is seen in the Burning Abyss Block Dragon, ironically.
How many cards in the main deck?
Well, he's playing more than 3 BA cards in his main, so not just Graf, Seer, and
Graf,
Farfa.
Seer, Libic, and Farfa.
Yeah, he's got the whole crew here.
The whole crew.
Yep. So this deck is very much a go first combo deck. You want to end with things like Nat Beast and Avramax, Apollosa. Those are the kind of heavy combo sort of end boards that Burning Abyss makes with this style of variant. It'd be interesting to see how it plays up against his Dark Holes, Raigekis, and Slumbers. If he doesn't get to Nat Beast, then he might be in some trouble.
So if he draws a Kaiju and some of these removal cards, then he could be in for a plundering.
Could be in for a plundering. Okay, so I don't know what this matchup's going to be, so let's head on over to the players now. They're ready to start. All right. So, yeah,
So
Martin here
the
won the
Burning
dice
Abyss
roll.
player won the dice roll, yeah? So
Yeah,
he'll be
he's
going
definitely going
first.
to want to go first here. So, yep, he's got the Cherubini access instantly. Mathematician able to normal summon, send a level 4 or lower monster from the deck to the graveyard. Not Orcus Nightmare, as so famously happens in the last format.
No longer.
Oh, he's going for bulb action instead of O-line here.
Literally
did he draw the O-line?
straight going for the Nat Beast, maybe. Oh, whatever, let's just go straight to Nat Beast.
Hopefully, once we get our devices over here, we can take a look at the specifics of what's in the hand in the graveyards, etc. Because it's a very graveyard-heavy deck, so hopefully get that up for you shortly. He's playing Power Giant. Oh my god, this guy's playing a very different style.
Excuse me?
Power Giant. You know the Power Giant?
No.
Oh my god. Okay, so Power Giant. I think it discards a card, special summons itself, and it reduces its level by the monster discard. It's something along those lines there.
Okay.
So it's something that I suppose... is it a tuner? I don't know. But it definitely is like helping him extend into his link plays and things like that. So he's going to go for the Cherubini here. Normally, the way you usually go from here is you dump your Graph to the graveyard. As a cost, Cherubini very strong in that its actual effect is to increase its attack. Which
No, it's not.
that's never why you're actually using it.
It doesn't even do an effect. It just goes, sends this for cost.
Yep.
I'm done. I am done.
So
I've done my job.
Choosing to go with Rhino here into the Graph. So the Rhino is a fiendish fiend Earth monster, which is important in this deck because you need as many Earths in your graveyard as possible so you can like summon out that Block Dragon, which he should be able to get access to if he can put down a Curious. Is usually how you go here. Go for here.
So you know this deck more than me. How often do you summon Block Dragon? I've seen the Gem Knight variants. They just like summon it so much.
Like in a average hand, like the ideal combo, like you always summon Block Dragon because you...
Just the ones?
Well, you summon it like multiple times, but the most important thing is to trigger to get those adds, so you can add, as he's playing here...
Oh, I remember that card.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, I used to play it in some like really like heavy synchro combo decks, I think. Is that right? Or was it the XYZ combo deck?
I'm not quite a dinosaur, so I wasn't around back then, perhaps. Were you around then?
No, I don't know.
All right, so he's going to go for Dante here and try get some neat little graveyard triggers off of this, and let's see what he mills here.
That's quite rare, is it? Do you still summon Dante that often?
Sometimes you don't. Oh, he hits the Block Dragon. That's really important.
Dragon!
There you go. It's
Insanity.
It's a dragon ruler, but it's like an Earth rock, right? Like it works the same way.
It's like if Blaster was a Lego man. like Yu-Gi-Oh's own Lego version. Made out of blocks. And here he is. He's your boy.
So normally what I would like to go for is like after the Cherubini, like sort of in a semi-standard hand, you go for like the Curious with like a Cherubini is a fairy, not a fiend like all the Burning Abyss monsters. So it's a dark fairy.
I think most of the extra deck aren't fiends.
Yeah, Dante's a warrior, Pilgrim's
Dante's
a fairy as well,
Beatrice
Beatrice is a fairy. You know, you've got like that's the theme of the deck, Dante's Inferno, I suppose. So it makes sense. And he's going for the 4 material Saryuya here. The really awesome thing is that you can chain block. So chain link 1 Saryuya, and then you can trigger like Seer, Dante, Block Dragon, add back. So it dodges Veiler and things like that really well. Gamma. So he's able to get those.
I don't think it dodges Veiler.
Oh, did I say Veiler?
I don't think it dodges that one.
No, not that one. Ash Blossom, that's the one I meant. Yeah, so Ash Blossom is the one I kind of like, the most common one that you're trying to like get around here. So he
normally gets 2 Gigantuses here, but I saw he got a Fossil Dino there. Is that a common thing you do?
Yeah. So like Block Dragon searches the Fossil Dino, which is like, he's probably at some point here going to special summon Fossil Dino with Saryuya's effect to put it on the board, and that's going to shut off the Kaijus in his hand, and the instant fusion, and the Super Poly.
Right, yes. There is a Super Poly in his hand, and the full whacker in there. I don't know what that Patrol Helm does. But
Whitebeard, that's one of the better ones. So Whitebeard's effect is when it is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, it special summons a Planet Patrol from your deck.
Ooh, so it's special summons. Okay.
Yeah, I tried to tell myself that it's very much like Burning Abyss, like the way they work. Sort of how I always try and relate cards.
All the same.
Yeah, pretty much, right? So he's like Graph, you know, he gets like a guy from deck, and then the other dude, Blackbeard, I think, or Redbeard, I think is the main deck guy. He equips
Redbeard,
himself, which is like kind of like unique. Like they're very much based off of like equipping your opponent's monsters or like the attributes that you
Weapons, right? Weapons of the pirates.
Sure, something like that. Yep, there you go. All right, so he's gonna make a Beatrice here by discarding, and I didn't quite catch what other extenders he's managed to draw onto here, but we do know that he has a glow-up bulb in the graveyard, and
He has some sort of access to Nigeria Beast, probably. Which
yeah,
probably
that's definitely
shut off a lot of his outs.
If he can establish Naturia Beast and Fossil Dyna, that's like super, super strong.
No spells, no kaijus, no booty.
Nobody.
Okay.
Can you sing that song for us?
Maybe later.
Yeah,
we'll have to see
maybe when he combos off
we'll have
or
to see
something.
the pyros pop off. And
So
then-
a new card that came back from the new Forbidden Limited list.
yes, it's back. I never thought I'd see that card come back. But it's really good.
of
Being
avarice,
able to
yeah.
draw 2 cards is lovely. Just look at him go. Getting his Farfa
And the Garaf there.
and the Graph.
See, those actually like not a great draw there, because once the Burning Abyss monster has been triggered, and now you have non-Burning Abyss monsters on the field.
And no Cherubini on the field either. The only way to summon them is Libic, really. Because
Yep,
if you use
exactly.
them by their effect, they're just going to go straight to the graveyard.
I'm sure Twitch chat will be asking right now, why doesn't the BA die Farfa? But it's yeah, as you said, like a Libich is usually like how you get BAs onto the field at this point in time. But I don't think that's really what we're going to be seeing here. I'm just curious to see if he does have this access to.
It's difficult to see where the deck kind of goes because it is a freestyle deck, Burning
Yeah.
Abyss now, right?
Every
So
hand is pretty different. Like you sort of go for like the same kind of like win conditions of like, okay, how do I get to Nat Beast or Avermax to protect the Fossil Dyna, things like that. But it's very much based off of like, you know, oh, okay, so he's just going to end on the Fossil Dyna there. I'm curious why he summoned the glow-up bulb if he wasn't planning on using it.
Maybe he was hoping to mill something good to try and get
Yeah,
access to
okay,
that
sure.
beast.
Yep.
Well, could he have utilized Foolish Burial in his hand to maybe end on a Nat Beast as well?
Foolish Burial targets are normally, I mean, he's not playing like things like Malicious or
fully top
Sulkius.
decked.
Oh, it's a Raigeki.
Raigeki.
But he's got Block Dragon on the field.
Oh, so that protects it from destruction.
Yeah,
does it? Oh, I
so-
thought it was just being targeted.
No. Your rock monsters or earth monsters cannot be destroyed by card effects.
Right.
So yeah, Block Dragon has that really, really strong, powerful protection
Block
here.
Fossil seems to be enough.
He's going to get rid of like the Beatrice and the Saryuya here. However, it's like,
Or you could special summon a Pilgrim if your Raigekis it away. Wouldn't that
how's
be
he going to
sick?
special summon?
Ah, yes. He is also under a Fossil Dyna. Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I haven't seen Pilgrim summoned in a long time, but you know, I'm sure one day we'll see. Oh, okay, he's gonna go with Summoner Monk, and Summoner Monk immediately shifts itself to defense mode.
I hope he knows he can't summon off that Summoner Monk.
He
Yep.
might be trying to wall up here.
Special summons. Yikes.
Okay, Summoner Monk into defense mode.
That was an honorary pirate wanting to get his pirate, however, can't under a dinosaur boy.
I mean, if you look at his hand, there's really nowhere to go from here. I guess just Raigeki pass and hope that Fossil Dyna Block Dragon beatdown isn't.
Yeah, I mean, I
gonna
think
be
it
quite
looks
enough
like
here.
he's opted the pass
Yeah.
and he's using Beatrice's effect.
Probably
But
in the end phase.
I feel like he's going to get OTK'd.
Yeah, I feel like an interesting play that you can do on your turn 3 with BA is that your Beatrice can send Farfa on your own turn to banish your own Fossil Dyna for the turn, and then you pop off and attempt to OTK your opponent. And then it comes back in the end phase should you have not successfully ended the duel there. But he's going to go for
This is one
Scarm.
advantage of Scarm. People have dropped this, but it allows you for a big push to go for game.
Yep.
Which is good.
Tour
I'm
guide.
not sure how he's going to get that Fossil Dyna off the field. Not that he wants to, probably.
At this point, you just, I don't know, I
Chill.
mean, summon Tour Guide, no effect, just for the beatdown, you know?
Just chill on the dinosaur.
Summoner Monk.
1600 defense isn't too much bother. That normal Farfa, let it banish. Swing,
And
swing.
here we go, everything into attack mode. I can't maths, but is this looking to be over 8,000? Saryuya, Beatrice,
Everything's
and
boosted by
Yep,
300,
there
so
you go.
it-
And that, unless he...
I think Block Dragon doesn't have an impressive amount of attack, right? I think it only has 1,000.
25!
Is it?
Block Dragon's insane!
That's insane!
It's 25, 30.
What am I thinking of? Thinking
Not once per turn,
That's nuts.
searches.
if it's 25,
incredible
then he's
card.
just absolutely out of the game.
All right, so they're just tallying up the scores here, but yeah, this should be
It's a
enough for
shame he
game
couldn't
here.
keep his pirate hat on.
Oh yeah, he's not gonna
Maybe
be able to fit
maybe
the
that was his
headphones
power.
over.
That was his power. He needed the hat. Well, it looks like Burning Abyss has took game one.
Very convincingly,
with the power of Fossil Diner and Block Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
What can you out that? None of his main deck cards would have outed that board, I believe.
Is there generic outs in the meta to that kind of like opening of like just Fossil Diner Block Dragon?
I guess Mind Control kind of isn't out, but then you've got a Fossil Diner in your field. I guess you can can't attack, can it? So what can you do? You can't tribute over it either. Yeah, I think his whole deck just
Summon Tough, I suppose, is what people would do, or
I think Tough. If we're branching out, then yeah, I think Tough would have been a good out. It's Salamangreat Rage if you hard drew that as well.
do you think it's good versus the Shaddoll Invoke deck? Fossil Dino?
Fossil Diner's going against most decks, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
just like just nope.
No.
That's a no.
The only drawback being is that it's quite small, but you know when you special it on a points do boosted by 300, and if you end with something like the Avermax for the attack protection, you're going to be in a good situation. But anyway, we're going over to game 2 here. So
The side plan for Plunder Boy, it looks like he's got a lot of going first stuff.
yeah, I think that's probably what he wants to do. I'm not really convinced that a deck like Burning Abyss is something that you want to, like this combo version specifically, this isn't really something you want to allow to go first.
Yeah. His only hand trap seems to be Roland Lockbird.
Yeah.
Which aren't particularly great against Burning Abyss.
Okay,
So I
some
think he might have to
hands,
change his strategy and go first.
Yeah, I think like we can see he's citing 3 copies of Crackdown, Call by the Grave, Compulse. These are all really good cards versus Burning Abyss when you're going first. So he might be anticipating that and counter side accordingly. But yeah, Burning Abyss, I mean, I remember one of your tops back in the day was Burning Abyss Monarch, I believe. You got
Sure was, yeah.
Top 16.
That was fun. You
what
could
event?
end on Aether, Beatrice, Stormforth. It was sick.
Yeah, that's technically all legal now, right?
Is it?
I
It's back.
What is
Aether's, I'm pretty sure Aether's at free now.
Yeah, is it? Yeah, I think Pantheism is the only one that's still on the Forbidden
that's-
Limited list.
See, being able to send that from Deck to Grave with Dante is like perfecto. Like, great hard mint. Hitting that off of Dante.
So,
Perfect.
have you played around at all with the new pirate support from the new set?
I've read them a little bit, but I haven't messed around with them. I feel like maybe if they get some more support in the next set, it could be a force to be reckoned with.
It's very similar to when Cosmo was first released, like that first wave of support as like the new like TCG exclusive. It was okay, but then when they got like Dark Destroyer and Tin Can after, like
Once they get more cards,
Yeah.
the TCG exclusive always always impress. We've seen like Cosmo in the past. Burning Abyss as well was another TCG
Spiral.
exclusive. Spiral as well, as you can
TCG
see.
exclusives are really
One
powerful
of the
generally.
Tour Guide as well was a TCG exclusive.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it was, yeah. It's some of the best cards in the game come from the TCG.
Yes, me.
You're welcome.
Yeah, but this pirate deck, the Plunder Patrol, I feel is like fundamentally, like from the ground up, like has a lot of like really good tools. Like it has the Dark Xyz monster, which is great. Like it banishes monster, doesn't just destroy. The back removal of the Synchro monster. You have the Plunder Patrol Shipyard, which is a searcher.
Shipyard!
Yeah, which is a searcher of the deck. So I feel like going forward, if they just have like more names, I feel like this deck has like a lot of potential in the future.
Well, the theme Field Spell is basically a card that searches from the deck, right? By discarding a card.
Yep. So it
Does
triggers you guys in the process and then gets
So
another.
does discarding a card have some utility with the deck, does it?
Yeah. So when you send a Whitebeard or Redbeard from your hand to the graveyard, it triggers a specific effect. So Whitebeard, for example, special summons from the deck. Just
Wow.
gets another name.
That's
So, like,
really cool.
Yeah. So the tools are there from a base level. They just kind of need like some more names and like
Well, there's a hint, right? They're attribute based, and we've only got a certain number of attributes, so could be more to come. It's quite a hint.
Maybe if we just count them up, we can actually just guess. Like,
Maybe
unlike-
a divine beast pirate.
just does not fit.
Imagine. It's coming for your raw.
All right, so I think our players are just about to start up with game number 2.
I think they went for the handshake there, and they both I had a little cheeky peek of what he was side decking. I think he might not be starting because he didn't side in Compulse and Crackdown and stuff, so he probably is just hoping to go second and hope he doesn't draw a combo.
playing-
The Burning Abyss is one of the most consistent decks we've ever seen, so I'd be very surprised if he doesn't draw playable.
Sometimes what you can do in these scenarios is like, you play a deck like a very heavy go first deck. Your opponent expects you to. You expect your opponent to go first. So you like double bluff counter side and like side for going second.
That's the thing with going second decks, because you can never predict what people are
Yeah.
going to do. Because, like, if you play against a going second deck, the most logical thing you'd think post side is, oh, they probably want to go second again. So you've sided in all these going first cards, traps and stuff. And then suddenly it's like, I'll start, and then suddenly you've got all these traps in your deck that aren't particularly great
Yeah, exactly.
at going second.
So he's going to start with Mathematician once again here, and he actually opts to send the glow-up bulb once more. And bear in mind, by the way, he doesn't know what his opponent's playing yet.
That's true.
He technically doesn't actually, like, so...
He just saw Summon a Monk, yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, that's a good tactical scoop, I suppose, which would mean that he
If
would...
you see Summoner Monk pass, like, what do you think? Like, hero or some kind of a Zoldi deck?
You would probably think hero, right?
Yeah.
Because
Summoner Monk into Armageddon
in
Knight?
Shadow Mist and stuff, that was like the old play.
Yeah, maybe something like
He
that.
has evenly matched in his hand, though, so I don't think you'll have any fears. Is there anything Burning Abyss can come... build up a field that would counter evenly matched?
Unfortunately, there's
nope.
not a lot of... Burning Abyss is a very fragile... This combo version is very fragile.
Check the extra deck.
So
let's have a little peek and see if there's anything.
Recently, what I've seen people play is like you can play like a Cyburst monster, so like Dot Scraper.
Okay.
And then you can link it away into Lingereable, which negates trap cards.
Oh, right. That is cool. Is he playing Lingereable?
I don't think he is.
A lot of it is in German, so I have no idea what
Yes.
most of these cards
I was
are.
trying to read some of these spells, and I don't know what any of these are, so I have to get some translations in.
Toft the Dragheit?
Turgite.
Is that how you pronounce it?
It's Avarice. And Wiedergeburt is Monster Reborn.
Oh, right.
All right, so he's got his Trubini access. He's going for the Dante play. And just try and build up some resources in the graveyard. Hopefully hit a block dragon, I guess, is what he's most likely trying to get for.
Burning Abyss is another deck that folds to Nibiru, is it not?
No comment.
He's built block dragon
again. Yeah,
he's really...
Is he even playing Curious? I don't think he needs it. Oh my god,
you don't need it if you mill it off Dante.
I just realized he's not even playing Curious. Okay. This whole time I was like, okay, yeah, he's trying to get like three darks with different attributes in the types on the field, but no, okay. We're just gonna hard mill it off the Dante.
Just like shades of the first round where you just Foxy for your Gazelle. He just Dante's for his block dragon. Excellent stuff. Superb stuff. I rate it 10 out of 10.
All right, he's linking off the Dante, the Cherubini, the block dragon, and the tracker there for this.
You think you'd go for Appaloosa or Saiyuji here?
Yeah, Saryuya is probably, I guess, what you're trying to dig for here because he's got that glow up bulb in the graveyard, so he's, trying to get like the Fossil Dyna ad and hopefully as well access to the Nat Beast as well as the Fossil, because that's like a really good sort of lock you can establish there. However, from our perspective, we can see that he's got evenly matched in his hands, so it seems it's going to be quite hard for him.
He doesn't even play Appaloosa, so it would seem that if
no Appaloosa either.
His opponent did play Nibiru,
it would be a
very big yikes
tough situation.
Yeah. But I'm not sure what his end board's going to be. If it's the same as before, that evenly match is going to put in a lot of work. You'd probably leave the Fossil Dyna, you think, right? If we do see the same board as before.
It's just really tough. Like, if you get evenly, then you have nothing but Fossil Dyna. It's like...
could get you there. It could
randomly
get you there.
I mean, yeah, for
just
sure.
put into attack mode and just go Fossil Dyna! Get him!
I mean, all the Plunder Patrols, I believe, are quite small, so...
Are they not bigger than good old Fossil Dyna?
I don't think so. Maybe one of them is 1,500. Can we get one of them?
Whitebeard,
there you go.
Whitebeard is
1,500.
1,500 attack.
There you go. Some potentially, if it's boosted by Saryuya, it might actually not be big enough, but we'll see what we have here. He's still comboing off here with his Saryuya, and I think he's bringing down a block dragon here. Oh, so that's Gigantes. So a generic level 4 Earth monster, which you can search off the block dragon here. That's going to get him his Naturia Beast. Boosted by the Saryuya, of course, important to remember.
Things just got a bit more difficult.
Yep.
However, he doesn't know, but we know. It's coming. Battle phase. That's the words that nobody wants to hear.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's like, oh no. Have you ever bluffed it before?
Is there anything you can force out? Oh, remember when Trickstar was like kind of like in the meta?
It was reincarnation, yeah.
Yeah, so you could
go
force
battle
out
phase.
reincarnation.
So if you had a bad hand, you would go battle phase, and if they didn't want to get evenly matched, you did go reincarnation. You just essentially mulligan your hand.
Yeah.
Like yes, you know what the best play for that is? It's when you don't
Draw.
have evenly matched. No, when you get when you get reincarnation, then you draw evenly matched. You're like, yes,
Got him.
that was the best.
Okay, so this is a big board. He's
Very similar,
made
but
here.
with a Napbeast's pal joining. He's like, what does that do? But this time, Napbeast is not here, going to be staying for very long, unless he leaves that by himself. So that might be a better pick than the Fossil Diner.
But
But it depends, because he still
right.
doesn't really know what he's playing.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I feel like if you see Summoner Monk, you definitely think to yourself, okay, this is a deck that needs to special summon, right?
For sure.
Because
But it's little. Problem,
oh,
there
we
it
go.
is.
End of battle phase. So you can see his
He's
body
just
language
like-
there. He's like,
Your heart
thinking.
drops whenever you see that, and you're like, oh no, I got to flip all these cards upside down now.
upside down.
Upside down, yeah. Yark!
That's the interesting thing about evenly match. It banishes face down. So if there's any kind
Your
of
resources are gone,
yeah,
which is really good. It means it gets rid of all his resources, doesn't go to the graveyard.
oh, he is choosing to keep Fossil Dino.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think that'll open the door for... not quite yet, though, because Windbeard can't attack because...
Oh,
Whitebeard,
actually,
sorry.
he's going to keep Beatrice.
He's going to... Okay.
Okay, respect the lady, the lady of eternal light.
Ladies first, I guess.
And what kind of a follow-up are we going to see here? We've got terraforming, so he's going to be able to access the shipyard.
Well, he's already started to take all his booty with evenly matched. So that Beatrice maybe coming aboard the ship.
How many puns are you going to throw out here,
As
Darren?
many as I can. I'm just like, as soon as I think of them, they're off they go. I feel like I'm not saying enough. So he asked the terraforming, which again, blind. Would you do that in case it's spiral? But like it's Summoner Monk.
He's probably fearing some kind of like, I don't know. If I see Summoner Monk and terraforming in a deck, I don't know what I'm
Mystic Mind,
thinking.
Mystic Mind.
Ah,
Mystic Mind.
yes, that is true.
You definitely, absolutely has that terraforming. He's got Twin Twister though, I'm pretty sure.
Does he?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so. I think I saw it in his hand, unless he put it back on Sayuya. But I'm not sure. But I think he's probably going to far for this Summoner Monk to cut off his players.
Yeah, I think that's like definitely the correct thing here. So just remove the Summoner Monk for this turn.
So now all he has is a Slumber and 2 Whitebeards.
Yeah, so I think, so the problem here is that Beatrice is Light Monster, so he's not going to be able to take advantage of the...
Can you not
Plunder
change the
Patrol
attributes
effects.
with some cards?
Yes, you require the trap for that, however. Let me just have a read it here at Whitebeard. So on his opponent's turn, he can special plunder from the extra with the same attribute as his opponent controls and equip this to it. This card is sent from the hand or monster zone to the grave, special plunder from your deck. So
He's set Slumber Pass here.
yeah, I mean, he's probably thinking to himself, you know, he doesn't want to trigger the Beatrice graveyard effect.
Yeah. And plus he doesn't have a battle phase, so it doesn't really achieve much. And I'm not sure what you would have for pushes because all these graveyard resources are gone. Once his field gets cracked,
That's the thing. Like, once you're... okay, that BA monster is going to die.
that Seer will
Yep.
absolutely die.
Beatrice is indeed... Why does the BA monster... I'm trying to...
I don't understand.
It's weird because, like, Beatrice is a VA card, but, like, not technically a
but
VA card. So
it's a
yeah.
lady. It's a lady. It's not a Burning Abyss monster. But Dante is.
Yep, so he's Seer for Dante and just going to poke for a cute little 1,000...
He can loop Dante and Seer, so he's not completely out of the game yet. So
Yeah.
he can keep looping his resources. Beatrice is a big lady.
What was the name of the monster we used to put on top of Dante back in the day? Like, once it was run out of materials.
Akashic Magician?
That's a Link monster, Darren.
No.
Downward Magician.
Downward Magician, yeah.
Akashic Magician.
Sorry. I thought I was so confident, you know, that it was Akashic. No, it's Downward Magician. I knew it was something Magician.
Oh, the Super Poly.
Super
Okay.
Poly!
What are his targets? I'm really curious.
And does the Plunder do something now that it's been discarded?
Yes, it's going to special summon a guy from his hand. Okay, Mud Dragon.
Mud Dragon.
Ah, yes,
oh,
of
yes.
course.
Oh, of course. I've seen Mud Dragon on a pirate ship before. Have you not? It's a pirate pet.
All right, well.
It's a water too, so can you make the Blackbeard?
So the Link monster, I think, is just generically a Plunder Patrol and any monster. So I think he can make it here.
Has he summoned Redbeard here?
Yep, because Whitebeard has to summon a monster from the deck with a different name. So he's going to go for Whitebeard. And I'm curious to see where he goes from here. Like, because I think you want to keep him on the field because on your opponent's turn.
So Whitebeard summons Redbeard.
Yep. Whitebeard summons any of them, but currently there's only 2. So in the future, hopefully, we'll be seeing like orange beard, green beard.
I like it. Oh, I hope so.
Wait, orange. I just realized what I said there.
Rainbow.
Orange beard. It's ginger. It's the hair color.
That's me, mate. I'm the next pirate.
Ginger Darren. All right. So he's got a BA monster and the Psychic in his hand, so those aren't really going to synergize too well. Yeah, I mean, this is the problem with Burning Abyss, at least this version of Burning Abyss. Once its field's been cracked, there's not a whole lot you can do, really, except this. Just attack. Is that bigger than Redbeard? I imagine so. Apparently it is. Let's see. Redbeard's stats is only 1,000, and Tracker is 12, I think. 16. Oh, big boy. All right.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
Is he bigger than Muddragon?
Muddragon, I think, is... Let's see. Muddragon is 19. Oh,
ooh, he's big. Ooh.
All right. Now
I think Muddragon's cool as well, because can it change its attributes? So does that have some good synergy with the...
So your opponent can't target monsters you control, I think, with the same attribute as this card, so you can quickly change its attribute in certain matchups to make it untargetable.
I think he's drew the field spell, which is going to get his engine going.
Yeah, that's like probably like a really good top deck here, because now he gets the trap card, and the trap card is Plunder Patrol Booty here, which can declare an attribute, and then you can, if you could just double check this.
So after stealing their booty, you set up your own booty.
Basically.
It
becomes that attribute until the end of this turn. So yeah, you can manipulate your opponent's attributes, and that's going to allow you to bring out the Xyz or the Synchro. Just either one, depending on what the situation calls for.
We'll hopefully see some of the big pirates in a second, but right now, Muddragon is the captain right now, leading the ship.
So I think they're just double-checking something with the field spell here. If we take a look at the shipyard. Let's see.
I think I needed more emphasis on the yard there, mate.
Sorry.
What was the card called again?
Shipyard.
Shipyard!
You are correct.
You need to really get your voice deep.
So you can discard a card and add a Plunder Patrol card from your deck, except himself. Okay.
It's essentially just a card that gets to what you need to get in your deck.
Yeah, it's super powerful because it's wrote off for the whole deck. It's a search of Plunder Patrol cards, not monsters. So trap card, spells in the future. Maybe we'll see. So there's a lot of like potential there. There's a whole wide array of like options. I think that we
I hope there's like
there.
a treasure chest card or something. Like it just steals like. Imagine a card that like steals a spell or trap from their deck or something like that.
Doesn't Super Heavy Samurai do that or something?
I don't know. I mean, that'll be cool though. There's just
Lullaby
literally like full-on pirate. Oh, here we go. Is it happening? Is it happening?
Looks like he's going for it.
Blackbeard, yar, yar, har, fiddle-dee-dee. Being a pirate is all right with me.
How long have you been waiting to say that, Darren?
I've been so waiting. I've been wanting to get him to get some momentum first. But now he's starting to get some momentum.
Yep, and this allows him to use Redbeard's effect, which equips itself from the graveyard to his monster. All right.
And what does the Blackbeard do?
I'm trying my hardest to like make sure that I get all these correct, because it's a lot of information to absorb with these. So quick effect, targeted effect monster your opponent controls, and special plunder from your extra deck, the same attribute your opponent controls or is in their graveyard. Yeah.
But it looks like Burning Abyss has scooped.
Yep.
So Pirates have stolen game 2.
Yep.
It looks like we're in for quite a game 3.
Yeah.
What do you think the game plan is for Burning Abyss? Just start again, you think?
I think you have to. He's playing this like block BA Earth deck, so you're gonna have to like just try and set up again and hopefully get something in here that doesn't lose to Evenly Match, which is easier said than done.
Yikes! Yeah, maybe you just take Evenly Match on the chin, or you can go second and try and like beat him that way by putting his life points to 0.
Yeah, because I don't think he saw the Slumber, so I don't think he's aware that his Plunder Patrol opponent is playing a.
There's been no hints that it's a go in second deck. Game 1,
he saw the
Super
Poly, I suppose, but that was game 2, so he probably thinks that he sided that in.
I don't think he saw the Super Poly. No, game 2 he did, but it was like post side.
Yeah, exactly.
But he made him start post side, I'm pretty sure.
Yes,
so
he did actually.
That's a hint to.
I think with Burning Abyss, you just Oh, I can see Dart Rulers going in. Oh, no. Never mind.
I think those Twin Twisters. Oh, I think he's
but
taking
yeah,
Twin Twisters out.
I think with such a powerful sort of combo-heavy deck, you kind of just have to go first.
Yeah,
right? Set up that big
potentially.
board.
He could be very fearful of the evenly match, though, and want to go second. Because he knows it's Pirates now, and if he's quite knowledgeable of Pirates, then he wouldn't want to go first against them. He would make them stop. But I think a lot of people in this room won't know what Pirates do. So I'm not sure what the correct decision to do with when you play against Pirates, since it's a fairly new deck, and a lot of good picks for YCS are new cards, because a lot of people are quite knowledgeable of the new cards in the field.
I feel like the deck can kind of function as both, because you can go first and set up to copy your opponent's attributes, or you can go second and copy attributes of guys that are already on board, perhaps. But if I was in his position, I'd be worried about evenly matched.
Yeah,
for sure.
Very, very scared of evenly matched, because that's what he lost to. Is there any other card that you'd be scared of? There's Nibiru, there's evenly
Dark
matched,
Ruler.
Dark Ruler.
Have you noticed now in Yu-Gi-Oh! There's like a lot of like board-breaking going second cards. There's Nibiru,
not
and,
just
like, all
sphere
these
mode
things.
anymore. Like
Yeah.
if it does break my fields, and it's just like, well, yeah, I've got Dark Ruler no more. I've got evenly matched. I've got sphere mode.
Do you know what monsters are on evenly matched?
What are they? Samurais?
They are. Do you know which ones?
Shien?
I'm surprised you even knew that. Well, yeah, okay, right. You've cracked it. It's Shien versus. It's Kagemusha, but I don't know if like you're supposed to know that. It's Kagemusha, who was apparently raised by Shien, and then as he got older, he realized that Tenkabito Shien, the original effect monster from way back when, betrayed Kagemusha of the Blue Flame, the original vanilla monster.
Oh no!
I could talk about this forever. We're about to head back over to the table and check out how Game 3 is going to unfold.
Such a shame your Samurai logo cut off there. But we're back. We're back to Game 3, Burning
Probably for the
Abyss
best.
versus Plunder.
So I think I think we kind of mentioned at the start there the kaijus specifically, like those attributes we mentioned, Radiant, Dark, Dogoran, Fire. That's why you want Dark and Fire, because the ships are Dark, the Xyz and the Synchro is Fire. So you give your opponent that kaiju, you copy that attribute, and then you can take a guy for that essentially, because like you want that attribute on the field, because that's what you're.
Yeah, exactly. That's your strategy, is to take stuff from your opponent. I have no idea who's starting here though. Have they decided?
Seems to be like they're okay. Yeah. Wait. Oh, okay. I think he might have drawn an extra card by accident going first. Seems that what happened. I may or may not have been.
Yeah, he did. It looked like he had 6 cards in his hand. Silly
Yeah.
Billy.
I might have personally done that on set.
On feature 2?
Yeah, I did.
You absolute dafty. Gets the best of us, huh?
Oh, he's kept Droll in versus BA.
No? Not my cup of tea, I would say.
Interesting
I'm
choice.
not sure when you'll be able to draw after the Block Dragon, but then after that it's like you've already got everything once you've resolved Block Dragon.
Yeah, potentially.
Is there a point where you would add before Block Dragon? Only if you played stuff like Sekka's Light and
Yeah,
Heart of Desires.
that's like the only thing I can actually think
Maybe
of.
he just didn't really have a side plan for Burning Abyss.
That's
so he
the
had to
thing,
keep
yeah.
things in.
Like you have to bear in mind, like when you come to an event like this, Spirals, Shadalls, Salad, Salmon Great, you don't really think to yourself, yes, Burning Abyss. What should I
just
put
like,
in for that?
What's my side plan for Burning Abyss? The one Burning Abyss player in the room. But it is a big event with 2,000 players, so you're naturally going to play a matchup that you're not quite prepared for. And one of those matchups would be Burning Abyss or Plunder Patrol, because you just don't expect to see them. You prepare for you think the meta is going to be.
You just kind of like, when you look at your side deck, you have to just kind of think of like, what are the overlaps here, you know, so I can like, you know, play this versus Salmon Great and, you know, Sky Striker, I can play this versus Shadal and Spiral, etc., you know, so you have some overlap in your side deck sometimes.
I think that's why decks like Burning Abyss and Plunder Patrol can have an edge on the meta, because people aren't respecting them.
Yeah.
And like I say, people might not be very knowledgeable of them or know what they do. So then it forces errors, because people aren't sure what to like negate or stop when they're making plays and stuff. And it can mean that they just take games that they shouldn't have, because people weren't sure what they did. We've seen that at other YCSs where Prank Kids last year's Milan took the whole event because nobody really knew what Prank Kids did.
Yeah.
And it can happen.
I mean, half the match is spent reading, what does this guy do?
Yeah, it's just like, What? I myself have found myself whenever I've been playing events, you play decks that you're not prepared for, and they can just take games off it because it's just like, what just happened?
Yeah, exactly. All right, so he's made this a bit of a standard for himself where he goes for the Cherubini Dante block and extender to make his Formatio Saryuya, which is the way the chain resolves here is he's going to be able to do all of his adds and draws, and then the draw comes down.
At that point,
you've already done everything you've needed
yeah,
to.
He's drew off Saryuja, he's added off Block Dragon. At that point, what is there left to draw?
Yeah, exactly. All right, so he's just clarifying the chain links here, and it looks like he will be adding first, so going into Gigantes. Fossil Dyna, as we've seen, absolutely incredible card here in this matchup.
Doing the business.
Yep. He doesn't have
Wasn't quite good enough against Evenly much, though.
That is true.
But from the look of his hand, his only strong card for going second. Oh, you got Mind Control and Gamma Seal, which we both know aren't particularly strong against the Fossil Dyna.
So he just drew Turgite here, which he's going to be able to normal summon because...
Did he not normal summon one of his PS?
No, he specialed both of them because I was actually thinking about that. He was like, no, he special summoned Seer. But yeah, I guess he was probably hoping to dig into some kind of like extender like that of sorts. Okay, so he's going to put back
he's
the
not going
Turgite.
for your idea.
No. Maybe he did normal summon. Perhaps I missed it. Okay. But I definitely saw him special this year, so...
A lot goes on with Burning Abyss. It's hard to track which one's a special summon or a normal summon.
Yeah, remember Ritual Beast back in the day? You know, because like they can only be special summoned once per turn.
Yeah,
like each one.
yeah.
So you have to remember like which ones were special summoned, which ones weren't special summoned.
Dragon Rulers are the same because they can only use one effect
Per turn and only that
yeah,
turn, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. It's just like, got to keep track of all that stuff. I don't see a Nat Beast. Oh, wait, hang on. He's got Gigantus and Bulb. That is a Nat Beast if I ever did see one.
Does he have bulb access? Where's the bulb?
Oh, did he not send it right at the start like last time?
No, I don't think he has bulb access.
Oh, okay.
But he is going to bring down the Gigantes here, and...
Could he potentially go for a rank 4 play? Does he play any rank 4s?
Let's have a look here.
He plays Abyss Dweller.
There you go.
Is that good against Plunder Patrol? Does he trigger Engrave, right? When
Yeah, it's not terrible. Yeah, it's
something.
Yeah, it's an option he's got here. So, Dweller, Saryuya, and the Fossil Dyna is.
He seems
like
to have a couple of rank 4 options.
Oh
He's
yeah.
got,
What's he got here? Tornado, Abyss
Tornado
Dweller.
Dragon, yeah.
Okay, yeah, he does. All right, so he does go for the Abyss Dweller and then triggers the Saryuya here to special summon the Fossil Dyna from the hand.
This is quite a strong board against most decks in the meta, to be honest.
Yep.
However, he is able to use his spells.
Yep.
But which spells are good to use?
Well,
Heart of Desires is a good one to start off with. To try and dig fear outs.
Yep, that is true. So he's going to start with Mind Control. Okay, he's going to take the Fossil Dyna here.
I hope he knows that you cannot link summon with that.
We'll see if he can like try and dig for an out here with this Pot of Desires. I think that has to be step number 2.
Let's just hope he hasn't locked himself under the Fossil Dyna he's just taken.
Yeah. All right, so
is there a way to remove it from the field with the Plunder Engine?
Maybe you can equip it? I don't think there is. All right, but he's going to go for the field spell here into Shipyard.
Better. We need more yard. Come on, Shipyard. Next time you better do it.
Okay.
When we feature pirates again.
All right, so he's going to go for the discard. You probably dump something like the Gamma Seal, which isn't really... I suppose you could use it here.
So, do you think it was right to maybe Pot of Desires first? So he knows what field spell is getting first, so like naturally you would do that first.
Yeah, I think it is correct here because like you want to like deck fin for one first and then Desire because like you don't have any other.
And then the Plunder card will what you draw will determine what sort of Plunder Patrol card you want to get.
Yep. So he draws another draw and another Shipyard.
Not a great Pot of Desires. I'm guessing the Shipyard is once per turn.
It is indeed. Yep. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn.
Yes. So it looks like he might be in a bit of a pickle here, because I don't think he can out this Fossil Dyna.
Nope.
So I guess a bit of a waste of a Mind Control. Maybe he should have held that to see his game plan first.
We'll see if any of these plunders can perhaps
plunder strategy, yes.
An out to this Fossil Dyna.
I've got faith. This booty's getting stolen. So what do you think you go here for? So he can search a spell, trap, or the monster, right? So he's going for Whitebeard.
Yep, he does go for Whitebeard. Let's double check if Whitebeard can out this here. So special A plunder from X with the same attributes opponent controls. If you equip this, discard him from hand or field special. Yeah.
It predominantly special summons, which is something you cannot do under a Fossil Diner.
That's kind of the issue. He just.
Could this card have potentially tacked over Fossil Diner if he just didn't mind control it? It's being boosted by 300. So
I don't. Yeah,
what's the defense of Fossil
Diner would be too big, I believe. Where's Fossil Diner?
There it is.
There it is. Okay. Yeah. So Fossil Diner would be at 16 defense.
So you would not be able to attack over the Fossil Diner with any card you would search.
So the mind control not putting in any work there at all. I mean, you steal a guy that prevents you from special summoning, and then you put it on your side of the field. Well, I mean,
it's the same with Winder. I found that mind control was.
Oh my God! He top decked Avarice.
Sure did. Yeah. Let me just draw 2 cards.
This could be the nail in the coffin here.
This could be the new card to top deck, and it's like woohoo! Draw 2 cards.
Remember when like Snatch Steal was around and like people would top deck that for game?
Say, gimme! Now you got a themed deck that Snatch Steals.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so draws
mind
2
control
here.
is not suitable out.
Yep,
However, I don't think you'll be adding. Oh, his Scarm's been turned off, mate. Oh no! What's he gonna do?
So I think you probably just have to put your. Okay, well he's just going to keep the Fossil Diner in defense. I suppose there's no real urgency to put it into attack.
You can't push for game yet, so there's no real need to put it in attack mode because it means that Whitebeard can crash.
And with only 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock here, all he needs is just a slight life advantage in game 3.
38 minutes already.
Yeah.
It is game 3, I guess.
This has been not the greatest mission of treasure hunting for the pirate.
They cannot find. I can't think of any pirate references related to treasure.
X marks the spot.
X marks the spot, I guess. You can't find the X. He is without a treasure map.
So yeah, like you just got to push for a little bit of damage here and like hope it gets you there because
I would
at
like
this point,
to think Burning Abyss is in full control, I think.
Yeah, he's in a top deck situation staring at a Fossil Diner. We might see like some power card that he can get here. Another mind control,
which we've seen doesn't quite...
Yeah, it doesn't quite get you there, unfortunately. It's hard to see like what he can do from here, but maybe he can take another turn by setting and passing. It's
he would survive
really tough
another
for him,
turn, but then he would have a minute.
Going for another mind control back on the Fossil Diner.
Let's see if it works the second time.
And he's thinking. Yep, there we go. no real use there. You know, he should have at least set. I think perhaps to try and stall out a turn, but he's just gonna
scoop it up.
Fossil Diner putting in so much work here.
Very unfortunate from the Plunder player. We didn't really get to see what Plunder could really do.
Yep, it's hard.
But when you're staring down a Fossil Dino, well, what can any deck do?
Not a lot of decks can play under that card. So
good, but we've got to hand it to Burning Abyss player. A really good strategy just to end on a Fossil Dino and Nat Beast we've seen. Doesn't quite do it against Evenly Matched, but against cards like Mind Control and Super Poly, which we've seen are really popular this format. It's a really good call.
Maybe not Super Poly.
Maybe
can't respond.
Yes. Maybe not quite Super Poly.
This has been a display of, I guess, like the evolution of Burning Abyss. It's a deck that has went through so many iterations, so many different versions over the years.
6 years.
Remember when we started off with like, you know, tribute summoning Ryza and stuff like that back in 2014? Remember like, I think Jeff Jones did that first one.
Remember the Supply Squad stuff? Yes. It was just the OG free. It was like Seer,
Scar. 3/3/3, 3 tour guide.
3 tour guide,
What do you need? Like,
it was mad.
Best deck.
And then tour guide went straight in the one. Now it's back to 2. Hopefully it'll be back to 3 again. Then Burn the Abyss will just be the best deck again.
So I think that's going to be us for now. We're going to be heading over to the players for a quick interview with Martin to tell us a little bit more about his Burning Abyss strategy. We'll be back shortly. See you soon.
Thank you very much, Nadia. Yes, I'm here with Martin, our feature match winner. Congratulations. How do you feel that you won the feature match?
I feel very nervous. A little bit, I hope I win. When I misplay, I salty. And I hope a good hand for the first turn. I hope I have it in the first turn. And round 1, very good field and win the first match game. And that was really good.
There was a moment, a really standout moment for me when you got evenly matched. Your face was really, you could tell the emotions. How were you feeling when that happened?
Oh, I feel it's not so good. Evenly destroy all. I have all and Dan have nothing. But I have the 3-game win done. That was really good.
Why did you choose to keep Beatrice? Was that a conscious decision? Why did you choose Beatrice?
Beatrice have materials and I can't material what I want. And I stirring the the Gegner Gegner from sorry. I can talk for the next play. I have resources for the next game.
Okay, your opponent, I'm being told, was what you were looking for there. The word. My German's awful, so don't worry about it. So what's your score now? Is that 1-1?
Please?
Just score.
Score?
Yeah.
Uh,
for 2 rounds, how many rounds did you win?
1-1 I have. At the first game I lost, and jetzt I win. It's really good.
How do you feel about Plunder Patrol? You didn't get to see much of the pirates, but how do you like them? Do you think they're cool?
I have this deck not. I can't discard. That was pretty not good, and I hope I win trotzdem in the game. And sorry, my English is not so good. And I have win. That was really nice.
Okay, thank you very much, Martin. Congratulations. That's going to be it for our round 2. We'll be back with round 3 very shortly. See you guys soon.